Shashank Murali on building a culture of quality in medical device manufacturing. Imagine a medical device failing at the moment it matters most. A rural clinic. A patient who has no other options. The margin for error is zero. That scenario is not hypothetical for Shashank Murali. It is the reality that shapes how he approaches every project, every review, and every decision in his work as a quality assurance professional in the medical device industry. Based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Murali has spent his career at the intersection of engineering rigor and patient safety, building expertise in product validation, regulatory compliance, and the kind of cross-functional collaboration that keeps complex medical technologies reliable in the real world. His philosophy is straightforward, and it runs against a common assumption in the industry. Quality is not just a regulatory checkbox. It is a business strategy. And when it works the way it should, it saves lives. The moment that made the mission clear early in his career, Shashank Murali was part of a product validation project when something went wrong. A flaw surfaced in a critical device, the kind of finding that stops a project cold and forces everyone in the room to confront what is actually at stake. Addressing that flaw not only enhanced the device's safety but also made me realize the profound impact quality assurance has on patient safety and the medical community, Murali recalled. That moment solidified my dedication to ensuring product reliability. It was not a comfortable experience. But Murali credits it as the turning point that gave his work its purpose. Finding the flaw was hard. Fixing it was harder. But watching a safer, more reliable product go forward, knowing the difference it would make, was the kind of reward that does not show up on a resume. That experience planted a belief he carries into every project today. Failure, handled correctly, is one of the most productive things that can happen in a quality system. Why compliance alone is never enough. The medical device industry operates inside one of the most regulated environments in the world. Companies must meet requirements from the FDA, international standards bodies, and a dense framework of documentation requirements that govern how products are designed, tested, and brought to market. Most organizations treat this as the goal. Murali treats it as the floor. Success is measured by the positive impact I have on my work, my team, and ultimately the patients who benefit from the medical devices I help validate, he explained. It's about making meaningful contributions and ensuring that the products meet the highest standards of quality and safety. The difference between compliance and culture is significant. A company can pass an audit and still ship a product that underperforms in the field. What prevents that gap from widening is the day-to-day behavior of everyone who touches the product, from the engineers who design it to the technicians who build it to the QA professionals who validate it. Culture is what happens when no one is watching the audit clock. Murali believes quality professionals carry a responsibility to build that culture, not just enforce the rules that define it. How cross-functional teamwork drives safer product validation does not happen in isolation. It sits at the center of a web of disciplines: engineering, manufacturing, regulatory affairs, operations, and clinical teams all have a stake in whether a device performs as intended. Getting those groups to move in the same direction requires more than a shared project timeline. Murali's approach to new projects reflects this reality. When starting a new project, I begin by understanding the client's requirements, analyzing potential risks, and creating a detailed action plan, he said. I also ensure all stakeholders are involved from the beginning, so we are aligned on goals and timelines. That front-loaded alignment pays dividends later. When everyone understands the risk profile of a product from day one, it's easier to make fast, informed decisions when problems emerge. And in medical device development, problems always emerge. He has also learned that communication is as technical a skill as any laboratory method. translating validation data into language that operations teams can act on, or explaining a regulatory requirement to an engineering group focused on performance specs, requires both subject matter expertise and the ability to meet people where they are. The discipline behind continuous improvement inside quality systems, continuous improvement has a specific meaning. It is not just a motivational phrase. It is a structured process built on documentation, corrective and preventive action, CAPA, protocols, and a risk-based approach to identifying where things could go wrong before they do. Murali's daily work reflects this discipline directly. His typical day begins with reviewing active projects, addressing immediate concerns in product validation, and collaborating with his team on regulatory compliance. Critical tasks come first. Learning, through industry articles or conversations with colleagues, is built into the routine rather than treated as optional. A few of the principles he applies consistently across projects include: using SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, to track project milestones and adjust when needed, conducting thorough risk reviews early so that corrective actions address root causes rather than symptoms, treating documentation not as paperwork but as the institutional memory that protects product integrity over time, integrating quality systems into every stage of product development rather than applying them only at the end. A key strategy has been focusing on risk management and ensuring that quality systems are integrated into every stage of product development, Murali said. This proactive approach has built my reputation as someone who ensures compliance and reliability, leading through communication and mentorship. What makes a quality leader effective is not just technical knowledge. It is the ability to inspire a team to care about the outcome as much as the process. Shashank Murali approaches leadership with what he describes as a commitment to integrity and honest communication. He recognizes achievements within his team, creates space for open dialogue, and treats feedback as a resource rather than a threat. I view feedback as an opportunity to grow, he said. I actively listen, reflect on the feedback, and take steps to address any areas of improvement. He also extends that commitment beyond his immediate workplace. Murali mentors students pursuing careers in biomedical engineering, helping them understand the practical realities of working in a heavily regulated industry. And he volunteers with organizations that provide healthcare access to underserved communities, reflecting a belief that the work of improving medical technology is not separate from the work of making healthcare more equitable. One project stays with him. It involved improving a device used by rural healthcare clinics. When the product rolled out successfully, the impact was not abstract. Seeing the tangible difference it made to people's lives was one of the most rewarding experiences of my career, he recalled. Quality is a competitive advantage. The medical device industry is under constant pressure to move faster, spend less, and bring new technologies to market ahead of competitors. In that environment, quality can start to feel like friction. Murali pushes back against that framing directly. When quality is embedded into a product development process from the start, it reduces the cost of late-stage failures. It shortens the distance between a design intent and a validated outcome. It builds the kind of trust with regulators, healthcare providers, and patients that no marketing campaign can manufacture. I value integrity, precision, and continuous improvement, Murali said. In both my personal and professional life, I believe in maintaining high ethical standards, paying attention to every detail, and always striving to better myself and the systems I work with. That mindset is what he argues medical device companies need to stay competitive without cutting corners. Innovation and compliance are not opposing forces. The best organizations treat them as the same thing, and the quality professionals who can hold both at once are among their most valuable assets. Shashank Murali of Minneapolis, Minnesota, is one of those professionals. He brings to the medical device industry a rare combination of technical discipline, cross-functional perspective, and a genuine commitment to the patients at the end of every supply chain. His work is not about passing audits. It is about building systems and cultures where safety is the default, improvement is constant, and the people who depend on these devices can trust what they receive. That is the standard he sets for himself, and it is the standard he works to raise across every team and organization he is part of. This article is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical, regulatory, or legal advice. The views and experiences described are those of the subject and are intended for general professional interest only.